Hari Om. Today we are going to discuss about statistics. Before going to discuss about statistics, we should know its history and some basic concepts. That is, the word statistics is derived from a Latin word status, and the father of statistics is Ronald Fisher. The basic points, the main one is data. And again this data is divided into two types, that is primary data, secondary data. That primary data means it is collected by an investigator, and secondary data is the information which had already stored. Now coming to that ungrouped data. Next one is grouped data. Frequency or frequency distribution, classes, class interval, range, average. Here, to know about these basic points, I am giving you one example that it is marks scored by 10 students in a mathematics test. Here, there are 10 students who are scored these marks 30, 30, 55, 80, 66 and so on. This is called raw data or ungrouped data. Why? Because here there is no organization for this data and no analyzation of this data. So that to make this raw data, that is ungrouped data, if we put into some tabular form, in a tabular form, then we make that ungrouped data into grouped data. Here first we are going to arrange this data in its ascending order, that is 30, 30, 30, 55, 55, 66, 66, 72, 81, 98. This 30 is repeated 3 times, meaning 3 students were scored 30 marks and 2 students were scored 55 marks and 2 students were scored 66 marks. Remaining 3 are 72, 81, 98 marks. Here the range of this data is 98 minus 30. That is, range of this data can be defined as maximum value minus minimum value. That is 98 minus 30, it is 68. This range helps us to make this raw data or ungrouped data into grouped data. Why? Because it helps us, this range helps us to make this data into classes, to divide this data into classes or class intervals. So that for a raw data or ungrouped data, finding range is an essential part. And when we make this ungrouped data into grouped data, then we can analyze this data clearly. After that, we can interpret this data. Another main point is average. Average is sum of observations by number of observations. Here the marks scored by the students, by adding these all, we will get 583, and the number of students were 10, and by dividing you will get the average value is 58.3, meaning the test average mark of this test is 58.3, and this ungrouped data is settled in a tabular form, that it is by making some groups, that is classes or class intervals, Here I have taken 20 to those who scored from 20 to 40 marks is 3 members, that is 3, and 40 to 60 is 2 students, 60 to 80 3 students, and 80 to 100 only 2 students. So totally 10 students. Here this 20, 40, 60, 80, here this is called lower limit of these classes, and these we call as upper limit of the classes. Again, these classes are of 2 types. One is exclusive classes and the other one is inclusive classes. Here the class interval of each class is 20. See that upper limit minus lower limit is 20. 40 minus 20, 60. Here the upper limit is 60 and the lower limit is 40. Their difference is 20. Here the upper limit is 80 and the lower limit is 60. Their difference is 20. So that the class interval is 20. Here one more important thing is, whenever we frame a table, all the classes, the class interval should be same throughout the table. Here in this exclusive classes, the class interval is, we can divide that data into 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100. And in inclusive classes, 20 to 39, 40 to 59, 60 to 79, 80 to 99. Here one thing you have to observe that wherever in exclusive classes, the upper limit of before class is equal to the lower limit of the next class. But here in inclusive classes, the difference between the two classes is coming to 1, 1. See that in the before first class, the upper limit is 39 and in the next class the lower limit is 40, meaning here the difference between these two is we are getting 1. This is the here 20 and 39, both the values are included, so that we call this as inclusive classes. Here in this we can take that from 20 to 39 only and 40 falls in the next class, that it is here we can take from 40 to 59 and the 60 falls in the next consecutive class, that it is in the next class. So that here all the classes are included from 20 to 39, so that it is inclusive classes. In exclusive classes, here we are excluding, so that we call this as exclusive classes. But in some problems they will give inclusive classes, then it is difficult to draw, meaning if anyone falls in between these two, that any boy, any student got 39.5, here a chance to miss this 39.5, so that to construct a histogram or frequency curves, we should change this inclusive classes into exclusive classes. We will discuss later that one. So here is it clear? I think so. Exclusive classes means the lower limit, upper limit of a class is equal to its next lower limit of the class, but here not. So that if we want to construct histogram or frequency curves, we need to change these inclusive classes into exclusive classes. And coming to finally, the three measures of central tendencies are mean, median, mode. To discuss about these two, it takes a lot of time, and we need to explain formula, everything. But here the mode is only one. We can define it as the observation which occurs most of the time is called mode. You easily you can observe from our example, 30 is repeated thrice, so that mode of this data is 30. Mean of grouped data. Here x1, x2, x3 and so on, xn are observations with the respective frequencies 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, meaning 15 marks scored by one student, 33 marks scored by two students, 50 marks scored by 3 students. Likewise, here these observations with the respective frequencies, we can make this as Fi Xi, that is, to find mean of this grouped data, we need to find Fi Xi, that is 15 ones 15, 33 2s 66, 53s 150, 62 into 1 62, 75 into 2 150. Likewise, that is, in other words, to get formula we can say that here is x1 with the respective frequency f1, then we say that f1 x1 plus f2 x2 plus and so on fn xn by sigma fi, that is sum of frequencies. Here this is the Greek letter which gives meaning summation of f1 fi xi and summation of frequencies. So mean of this data is sigma fi xi by sigma fi. Here it's a summation is, its total is 541, and the total number of FIs, that is frequencies, is 10, so that mean of this grouped data is 54.1. Here the number of students that it is up to now, I have done only for 10 students, but in our real life the minimum strength of a class would be 25 to 30, so that it is very difficult to do in such a way, so that the same data I have divided into some classes, that it is 10 to 25, 20 to 25 to 40, 40 to 55. Here you observe one thing, all the time the difference is 15, meaning here the class interval is 15. So by taking class interval as 15, I have divided this data into some classes. Here, for each class interval, we need a representative. That it is, we call that representative as class mark. For this class interval, how to calculate class mark is upper limit plus lower limit by 2. That it is, class mark of this first class is 25 plus 10 by 2, that it is 17.5. So that here in the before example, all the observations are individual. So that we have taken that observations x1, x2, x and so on xn. Here that observations we have taken that as into some classes. So we need a representative which we call it as class mark of the class interval. So here I have calculated that its class interval as class mark as upper limit plus lower limit by 2, it is 17.5 for the first class, and for the second class 32.5, and third class 47.5, fourth 62.5, fifth 77.5. Similar, you have to calculate like this class mark. And coming to that, these are frequencies, that is FIs, and this is Xis, their product 1 into 17.5, 17.5, 2 into 32.5, 65, 3 into 47.5, 142.5, and by adding all these we will get that as a 535. This is a sigma Fi Xi, that is a summation of Fi Xi, and here it is a sigma Fi, sum of all frequencies. Now mean of this grouped data is sigma Fi Xi by sigma Fi. It is 535 by 10, it is 53.5. So mean of this grouped data is, in direct method we have calculated that it is 53.5. If the observations becomes too larger, then this method also impossible to calculate in this method. So again we need to go for the next method, that is assumer mean method. In direct method, if the values becomes larger, then it is impossible to calculate Fi Xi. So that here we are going to discuss another method, that it is a assumed mean method. In this assumed mean method, if the values becomes larger, then we can condense it into smaller values. That here no need to change anything, these Fi's, no change in Fi's. Here we have to change Xi's. To change these, to condense these Xi values, we have to take a assumed value, that in this Xi's, here I am taking A as 47.5, and the deviations we have to calculate. It is Di is equal to Xi minus 5. It is, in the first class, Di is Xi 17.5 minus A, that what we assumed is 47.5. 17.5 minus 47.5, it is a minus 30. And in the second class, Di is is xi minus a, here xi is 32.5 minus 47.5, it is minus 15. Next, third class, xi is 47.5 minus 47.5, it is 0. By calculating, likewise, here it is 62.5 and 77.5 and 92.5. Coming to that, Fi di. Fi is 1 and di is minus 30. You know that minus 30.0 is nothing but minus 30. So that 1 into minus 30, minus 30, 2 into minus 30, 2 into minus 15 is minus 30, 3 into 0, 0, 1 into 15, 15, 2 into 30, 60. So now sum of Fi di is 60. Now coming to the formula, mean is A plus sigma Fi di by sigma Fi. Here the assumed value is 47.5. A is 47.5 plus sigma Fi di 60 by sigma Fi 10. So here it is 47.5 plus 6, 53.5. So in both the methods, I have taken the same problem. Why? Because whether we are getting same value or not, to clarify that, I have taken the same example so that both are same. You will get same answer. But there, if the values becomes larger, you are not able to find its products and its summation. So that here this xi values are condensed. So this is the assumed mean method value. When we use, means if the values are either Fi's or Xi's, whatever, if they are in larger, then we can condense into small by taking deviations. That is di is equal to xi minus a. We can calculate its mean.